Morning, YouTube. Well, as you've probably seen by the last few videos, we are officially done with everything. All the chisel plowing done, all the anhydrous is on. So we are officially putting 2020 to bed. So today, I'm gonna start putting stuff away. Some stuff ain't gonna get washed this fall. I generally like to at least get it somewhat rinsed off, but I don't know if time and weather is gonna allow that. I don't have an indoor wash bay of any kind, and I don't really feel like getting pneumonia doing it outside. So we're just gonna have to play it by ear and see what does get washed and what doesn't. So I'm gonna start with the grain trucks. I always like to get them all blowed out. All the corn, the, kernels of corn, the chaff, anything, get the cabs all cleaned out to keep the mice out of them. So we'll start there and get them put away first. Well, I guess to my surprise, Larry must have cleaned them out one day while I was putting anhydrous on or something. So that's good. I don't know, I think I'm gonna drag the washer out and at least rinse some of this stuff off. I don't want to put stuff away dirty. Just looks like shit sitting in the shed all winter, and it stains the paint and everything else. So I think I'm at least going to give them a light rinse, and I may not soap them and scrub them and everything else, but at least get some of that washed off. Well, we got 3 pressure washers to choose from. This one's got heat. That one's got tons of power. And this is more of a rinse unit. I think I'm just going to use it. That's the cleanup job right there that I dread. It takes forever, and it just don't seem like you ever gain anything. It's a dirty, nasty, wet job, and it sucks. But it's got to be done. I'm trying to think, in years past, I think I had 2 grain trucks there and 2 chisel plows right here, and then the combine, corn head, draper, everything else sets over there. So I think we can get it all in. I think the old Chevy, that'll go over in the other shed. I want to leave the seed tender accessible. Last spring there, right as we was finishing up, the entire wiring harness burned off of this thing. So I just kind of had to piece it together to get me done. So that'll be a good winter project, put a new wiring harness on all that. So yeah, I think I'll wash them trucks. While they're drying, I'll pull that truck out, seed tender, the combine, get everything out of here. Make room for them here, put the 2 trucks and then the 2 chisel plows in. You know, I forgot. That truck had a hydraulic leak on it. The new grain truck had a hydraulic leak on it. The new chisel plow had a hydraulic leak on it. So I got shit that's got hydraulic oil all over it. And I forgot how shitty that pressure washer was. So I think it's time to get the bigger one out, because I'm not gonna fight that all day. So I'm gonna switch. Now this son of a bitch here, she'll take decals and everything off if you ain't careful. We first got that, I was a little leery on a gas-powered washer, but holy cow, that thing will get with it. It don't have a burner on it for hot water. Our other one inside does, but this one don't, but it don't matter, it's a good washer. And that little one that I had first, it ain't so much that it's a piece of shit, it's good if you want to wash a deck or a house or something like that, but when it comes to hydraulic oil and big messes, it just ain't got enough power, and especially once you compare it to one of these, it's like, whoa, there ain't no comparison. So we're gonna fire this dude up. See if this old hog will start. Ooh, she's wanting it. Yeah, I think I just remembered. The trucks were over on this side because it's easier to pull these trucks straight out and go around like that versus trying to back a chisel plow in around that tight corner. So I'm gonna put the trucks over here. Put the two chisel plows over there. What's everybody else do for mouse control? We do glue traps, the bait packs, and I'm gonna try some of these chunks this year. That dang International truck, it had already been cleaned up and everything. It was sitting in the shed there, and when I got in, there was a little pile of stuff there that mice had already chewed, so I don't know, I'm gonna try to combat it here. Ain't nothing pisses me off any worse than getting in a vehicle and the mice have been in it and pissed and shit everywhere. That just drives me up a wall. We got pretty lucky this fall. We didn't have to slop through a bunch of mud, you know, in places, so things really didn't get all that bad. I'll probably touch this up with the washer, but overall it's in pretty nice shape, really. I ended up having to switch stuff around over in that other shed. In years past, I could put the John Deere chisel, the Glencoe, and 2 grain trucks all right in a row, side by side each other. That new Landau, it ain't gonna work, ain't got enough room. So I ended up putting the 2 chisel plows side by side in 1 grain truck. Now I'm gonna try to squeeze the batwing in there and go that route. So I don't know, I hope I don't end up wasting a bunch of space, but I'm just gonna have to see how it works. So I'm gonna blow the batwing off with the leaf blower and then try to get it backed in. I'm gonna end up leaving the new truck out where it's accessible, just because if you gotta move something, it's easier just to jump in a truck and move it versus having to hook onto a piece of machinery to get it out of your way. So well, I'm still screwing around trying to put this giant puzzle together. This dang Landau screwed me. It used to go chisel plow, truck, truck. But this Landau's a lot wider than our old Glencoe, so it won't fit. So now I got to take a truck out, but then now I got a big dead zone in here, so I'm going to cram the batwing there. This truck was sitting there, but I had to swap them because that truck's got a 20-foot bed. This truck's got an 18, so when I parked that one and that one right here, then it wouldn't fit, the door wouldn't close. So I had to swap them two, put the 18-foot truck here and that one, and I can just barely get it in now. And the good part is, even if you cram all this stuff in here, it's not like you're tripping over it or fighting to get other stuff out, because everything in here other than the batwing mower is all fall stuff. So once you get it in here, you won't be touching it for a year. So I'm kind of hoping that's what we can do. I'm hoping the combine and the corn head will fit here now, which it should. And so the only thing that'll leave that won't go in here that used to will be the draper. It'll have to go over to the other shed. So I tell you, getting a different truck and a different chisel plow screwed my puzzle up. So the plan of attack now is to take the corn head off, put the draper head on, and get the draper cleaned up. Well, I about got the draper cleaned up. I don't know, I might need to touch her up a little, but she's coming right along. So how many of you guys raise the augers up on your corn head like they tell you to when you're running it in the field? There's a lot of ears in there, but Calmer and everybody else will tell you you should always have enough clearance that an ear of corn will go under there. Otherwise you get that grinding effect. If it's clear down here, you'll pinch an ear in there and it'll snap it in half, and then when it comes up into the rotor, you're gonna have a bunch of broken kernels, because it's, you know how a cob that's already broken in half shells easier than a full one? So that's the idea behind that. You don't get that raking effect and peeling kernels off. So I've always ran them this way and they seem to do a good job. I mean, yeah, you got a lot of ears to clean out at the end of the season, but hell, squirrels got to eat too. So we've started on the corn head today, and I know to each his own on this washing machinery stuff, but well, that's sure nice next year when you go to get this out to start servicing it. Everything's clean and ready to go, and I like to get all that stuff out of there. So we got a long way to go here, but we'll keep chipping away at it. And I get it, you know, there's dairy farmers and people that simply don't have time to do stuff like this. I totally get it, but I don't know, I sure don't like to put stuff away dirty. It just invites mice and everything else. I don't know, I'm different. It's nice when you walk in the shed in the middle of March and everything's just shiny and nice and ready to go, and when you're changing oil, everything's nice and clean. So that's just me though, to each his own. So we're still washing on the combine. Got a good start on it yesterday. This is the last piece of equipment we got left. But I still got a ways to go. It'll probably take the biggest part of today to get it finished up, but with a little luck, should get it done. John Deere called. Our new planter is ready to be picked up, so we're actually going to go out and get it here in a little bit. I'm going to let it warm up a little more today before I start washing. So Larry's going to come pick me up, and we'll run out and grab that thing and bring it home. So for those of you that haven't followed that long or whatever, we've went from a 1224 John Deere planter to a new 1632. So it come in back the 1st of October, I think, and of course Deere was busy through harvest, you know, with combines and whatnot, but they've got switched over and wanted to get the planters all done. We want to get it back home, you know, before the weather gets bad and starts snowing and getting salt on the roads and whatnot. So it's done and ready to be picked up. I took the tractor out, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago, so they could get everything put in it and all set up and whatnot. So we'll run out and get that here in a little bit. Well, I just got back with the new planter. Let's go check it out. Now the difference on this planter versus the old one, we went to in-furrow liquid fertilizer. The old one was 2x2, so this one's in-furrow. And of course the old one was a 30-foot planter, this is a 40-foot. Got our scale installed. I'll have to calibrate that. Have to go through the book and see how that's done. That's quite the heavy duty display. That's a Scale Tech, or Digistar, whatever you want to call it. So I've had a lot of people ask if this planter is a high-speed planter, and no, it's not. It's just a regular hydraulic drive, no high speed. The high-speed option alone was $130,000. So take this planter and add another $130,000 and you'll have high speed. And we just don't farm enough to justify something like that. So it's just your standard hydraulic drive, variable rate. Well, I think I'm gonna fold this dude up and run it in the shed. It's Friday evening, had about enough for 1 week. Got the combine all done, chisel plows put away, so had a pretty good week this week. So that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We'll see you next time.